You've already done and achieved so much. And you used to think that if you had all this, you would be happy. But now you realize that you have the results, you have the money, but there's no more lightness or joy. Joy and satisfaction have disappeared, even though on the outside everything seems fine. A career, success, maybe even your own business. But what about inside? Inside, there's emptiness and dissatisfaction. To get unstuck and move to a new level in life, you need to learn about the 5 factors of sustainable transformation. Factor number 1, energy. There is such a thing as free energy. It is free energy that is responsible for creation, for self-fulfillment, for stepping into something new. After all, some people have enough energy in life to reach new heights, start businesses, while others only have enough energy to lie on the couch, flip through TV channels, or order themselves pizza or a taxi. Why is that? Where does free energy go? The main source of energy drain is self-deception. Anytime we lie to ourselves, when we try to prove that we are someone we really are not, that's an energy drain, a loss of opportunity for self-fulfillment, a waste of free energy. For example, pretending to be a strong-willed person when you're not, or acting like a strong woman when you're not even stress-resistant, or constantly doing what you should do instead of what you actually want to do or what truly excites you. Relying on intellect and logic, even though you're a creative and artistic person, and increasingly boxing yourself into rules and regulations in life. On the other hand, there are people for whom life is a struggle, for whom stress, resistance, and achievement are their element and their natural environment. Such people absolutely should not put themselves in a comfort zone or in greenhouse conditions, where they will simply fade and stagnate in their own atmosphere. In other words, such people simply can't live without drive. They get bored and don't know what to do with themselves. The state, the education system, and gender behavior templates are constantly imposing certain stereotypes on us. A man is supposed to be a strong-willed protector and provider, a problem solver. A woman is supposed to be a gentle mother to her children, dependent, standing behind her husband. All these templates suit some people, but of course not everyone. The main consequence of forcing yourself into these stereotypes and behavioral patterns is the loss of that very free energy, the loss of self-fulfillment. By recognizing this self-deception within yourself, you can release that energy and get a chance at a new life. What was previously spent on maintaining the unnecessary, the superfluous, the things imposed by society and ingrained in childhood through upbringing and trauma, can now be used for your own benefit, can be directed towards self-realization and the discovery of new horizons. By freeing up this energy, you can reclaim the cheerful, joyful person within you who breathes deeply and lives life to the fullest. So, how do you free up this energy and break out of self-deception? First, you simply need to notice it, that is, to pay attention to it. Factor number 2, attention. Where your attention goes, your energy follows. Whatever you focus your attention on begins to grow, change, improve, and transform. You are the creator, you are the cause of your own life. Everything happens only because you direct your attention and begin to move matter with it. There are 2 types of motivation. The motivation of survival, that is, the motivation of fear of death, and the motivation of love. The motivation of survival is money and fear. It's a constant running away, a constant desire to escape dying of hunger under a fence. Although in reality, by focusing your attention on the negative, you are essentially feeding it, developing it, strengthening it, and it starts to appear in your life. The motivation of love is the realization of your inner potential, the full expression of your talents. In such a life, material success becomes a natural consequence. This very life strategy is called money with ease. It is precisely by directing your attention and energy toward your inner potential and talents that you can move beyond the motivation of fear of death and set yourself on the path of self-realization and the unfolding of your talents. Until you embark on the path of self-realization and the strategy of love, life will keep presenting you with various situations to help you move away from fear-based motivation and step onto the path of self-realization. Factor number 3, purpose. If you are currently in a situation where you are searching for the meaning of life, admit it. Something has gone wrong. A self-actualized person in a state of flow does not ponder the meaning of life. So the first step is to acknowledge this problem. Unfortunately, most people direct the majority of their energy toward eliminating their shortcomings, whereas what really needs to be developed are your talents. And this is a vicious circle. The more energy you invest in your shortcomings, in your false self, in your illusions, and the desire to prove something to someone, the less free energy you have left. After all, we tend to ignore and overlook our own talents, the things that come easily to us. For example, can you answer right now what your superpower is and what your talents are? Unfortunately, if you don't have a quick answer to this question, it means that you are still following a survival strategy. The longer you keep moving along the survival strategy, the strategy of fear of death, the more your inner dissatisfaction will grow. You won't be able to feel or silence this dissatisfaction with videos, handbags, relationships, sports cars, or trips to Dubai. It turns into an endless cycle. New goals will demand new achievements, new accomplishments, and all of this will only lead to more and more dissatisfaction. Satisfaction will only appear when you recognize your talents and inner potential, when you start moving towards them, realizing your own vision. This will allow you to break free from the cycle of dissatisfaction, and material benefits will simply be a consequence of your self-fulfillment. In other words, if you really need a private jet, you'll have one. Factor number 4 is the technology of structuring. There are many ways to discover your purpose, and one of them is the human design system. With human design, you can learn about your strengths and talents, gain a vision of where to go next, and understand what to focus your attention on. Human design allows you to move beyond fear-based motivation and become who you truly are. Without self-deception and without wasting your free energy, you can direct your attention to developing your talents. What comes easily to me? What is my superpower? What are my talents? Human design reveals the answers to these questions quickly, fully, deeply, and individually. This is not a generic piece of advice from tabloid astrology, nor is it a set of universal laws of the universe that are accessible and suitable for everyone. Human design incorporates elements of the I Ching, astrology, Kabbalah, psychology, and astrophysics, as well as genetics, neuroscience, and quantum physics. And yet it remains a unique body of knowledge. It is based on a system of 9 energy centers, 12 profiles, 64 hexagrams, and 6 lines. This results in about 2 million different combinations, each of which reveals us as completely unique and distinct from one another in our own way. This technology allows you in a short period of time to come back to yourself, to find inner order, and to realize what you truly want to do, gaining satisfaction from it. With human design, you receive a map of your strengths and weaknesses, your gifts and talents, as well as the false strategies you may be living by. Factor number 5 is living your design. Each person, according to their design, receives an individual strategy for making decisions in everyday life. It's not enough to simply know this strategy, it's important to live it, integrating it into your life naturally and organically. But what does it mean to do it naturally and organically? The main thing here is not to make the mistake of trying to force yourself into a box. Very often, when a person learns new information about themselves, they try to unnaturally force it into their life as if squeezing themselves into a mold, layering on what they've just discovered. You need to learn to make decisions not only with your mind, but also by listening to the needs of your body in the moment. This does not mean rejecting logic. It means finding harmony between the mind and the body. By living according to our design, we are essentially learning to say no to everything unnecessary in our lives. Quite often, when you make decisions with your mind, you feel that something is off, but you can't explain it in words. When you start living your design, you'll be able to make decisions based on intuition, on the internal signals of your body, and move through life more consciously and fully. Human design offers several major insights. For some people, it's important to make decisions here and now, in the moment, while others need to wait for clarity to form and for the decision to come. It's like after a 2-hour meditation, when you get up and you just know, and you start bringing that idea to life. There are people who are here to initiate processes, and there are those who simply wait for a response, wait for external influence before they can start moving forward. Some people need to initiate processes themselves, to sell, to promote, to look for partners, and to make offers. And others wait for external influence in order to respond, and what they need will come to them on its own. Maybe you've already experienced this in your life, when, without really initiating anything, you received invitations to interesting events, clients came to you on their own, and everything unfolded in the best possible way. In order to better understand the hints from your inner voice, it's important to develop the sensitivity of your body. And for that, it's valuable to understand what kind of nutrition is ideal for you, which type of sport to choose, where you should live, and how to look at the world. When you find answers to these questions and put them into practice, the connection between your mind and body, your awareness, and your understanding of your inner voice will reach a new level. This will increase your sensitivity to external signs and hints and help you make accurate decisions. Living according to your design is the highest point of organization in your life. It's when you are in the state of a playful child, curious and interested in everything. At the same time, you achieve adult results in the form of a healthy body, strong relationships, and fulfillment in society. It's as if you are shining and dancing with life. So, the information I've shared is very simple. And now there are 3 possible scenarios. The first option is to leave everything as it is. You can keep doing the same things hoping that everything will somehow work itself out. Most people fall into the first category, and that's their choice. The second option is to take this information and try to apply it on your own. But keep in mind, if you try to apply it on your own, you will inevitably face self-sabotage, and that will leave you at the same level. You will definitely waste your time, money, and most importantly, your belief that things can change. And the third way, the fastest way to integrate this information into your life is to get help from someone who has already gone down this path and helped many others do the same. Find someone who will guide you through this system. If you want to find order and peace of mind, if you want to reach a new financial level with ease, if you want to be sure that your difficult situation can be changed, and if you want to enjoy communication and get out of a dead end in life, then I have an offer for you. I have set aside time specifically to talk to you personally. We will talk about your current situation and all the problems that are standing in your way right now. You will understand why things are happening the way they are, what to do about it, and where to go next. And yes, this session is absolutely free, but it is not available to everyone. You can sign up for a session if you've come to the realization that change comes through inner work and you are ready to work on it. You are ready for stable and harmonious growth in all areas of your life without roller coasters and drama. You understand that professional help requires investing both time and money, and you are ready to find both. You don't need to sign up for a session if once again you just want to try something new, gather more information, and not make any decisions. If you believe that someone else is to blame for everything that has happened to you and you are not ready to take responsibility, and if the basic issue of money is still unresolved, if none of the above applies to you, then we are ready to move forward. In this session, you will get the most important thing. You will gain the clarity that you are currently lacking. And most likely, these will be the most valuable 45 minutes you've had in the past year. But keep in mind, I don't have the capacity to work with a large number of people at the same time. Quite the opposite. As soon as all the slots are filled, the opportunity to sign up for this conversation will disappear and you'll be placed on the wait list. So, what do you need to do? Follow the link in the description and fill out a short questionnaire. Be sure to fill it out as thoroughly as possible. I will conduct a strategy session with you and based on that session, make a decision. If I am 100% sure that I can help you, I will offer you that help. Follow the link in the description, answer a few questions, and be ready for the session on the scheduled date. And now I'll say goodbye. This was Nikolai Ekfels. See you soon.